Hey, what's up, everybody? BF44 coming at you with another video. All right, so it's time to refocus. The Los Angeles Lakers just won game one of the second round. I'm very happy to be in this position. Um, we definitely like how our team, like doesn't give it the right description. We really loved how our team played in game one. We liked the rotations. I think Darvin Ham had maybe his best coach game yet. And for him to have it in the playoffs, I think is big. And I also like how he strategized the closeout game in the first series. That was big. So for whatever it's worth, Darvin Ham has done some good things here over the last two games, and he needs to be acknowledged in a major way. Because when we come down on coaches, we come down on them hard. So I think the praise needs to be just as loud. And Darvin Ham's been kicking tail for the last two games, and hopefully we can continue to see more of the same. Um, also, I think the Los Angeles Lakers are really in a position with the size advantage that they have to do some damage to this team. Um, and I don't want to burn my wings. Just gotta remember I put them in there. But nevertheless, this is a situation where I look at that size advantage and say the Golden State Warriors are going to make some adjustments. What we got to look for is the Jonathan Kuminga at 3 rotational decision. You can move him to the 3, and then what you could do is put Gary Payton at the 2, or Clay at the 2, or Poole at the 2, or whatever. But what they got to do is get bigger. So be prepared for them to make that adjustment and get Rui more acclimated into what we do. Because once they put that lineup on the floor, we could put Rui Hachimura on the floor and still kill him. It ain't gonna work. But we got to do the right things with that. The thing is, we have so much size. That is really where our advantage is. They are a 3-point shooting team, but what they're going to find out is they're going to probably try to shoot a bunch of threes in game two. And this is just my guess. I have no idea what type of adjustments they will actually make. But this is just my little guess. They're probably going to still try to win that way. They're probably going to still have to try to win that way unless they make the type of adjustment I'm talking about right here. And I don't know they make that adjustment this soon. Last year, Steve Kerr was a little slow to make the adjustment necessary, but he ended up making it. We need to be careful to understand that. Just like I told you guys before this game, just because you think you got a bunch of layups and just because you think it look like you're dominating them and it's going a certain way does not mean that the adjustment is not coming. This is Steve Kerr, 4, 5, 6, 7. How many championships did he got? I don't know. I lost count. This dude knows exactly what he's doing, and he doesn't lose very much. This is why he has so many rings. So we need to be very, very wise that this dude is very, very good at what he does, and he gets lucky sometimes too. So we need to be very, very intent on being able to respond in game. In game adjustments is going to be the real kill for us. If we manage that, championship, here we come. But we just gotta not let the bleeding continue for anything. So I still anticipate a great push from the Golden State Warriors. I don't know. Excuse me. I don't know of a Golden State Warrior team to roll over when they're all healthy, having won the championship. I misspoke in the last game and said Golden State in 6 was my prediction. That is not true. So I want to make sure everybody understands. I have Lakers in 6. I have said that several times. I just misspoke last night. It was a big misspeaking too. So I'm sure everybody was like, this dude is talking up the Lakers and tells us that he actually picked Golden State in 6. Hell no, I didn't pick Golden State in 6. I picked Lakers in 6. But anyway, so I wanted that clarified, and I hope everybody understands this. So, nevertheless, as I look forward, I say, look, we do have a bunch of advantages, and the Los Angeles Lakers are a team that can win this series if we respect the adjustments that will be coming our way. So we just can't assume that we're getting all kinds of success and it's going to be the same way. It can be if we're ready for the in-game adjustments, because those adjustments, we should be able to shift into an advantage to those adjustments as well as we identify it quick enough. It's the truth. There's nothing that they can do, in my humble opinion, that can beat us if we're locked all the way in. If we're locked all the way in and playing well, 100% as healthy as we've been in the first game, all throughout the series, they just don't have the advantages they need. They need to hit a lot of 3-point shots. And while they are the team to do it, you got to win 4 games in this series. So I'll give them 2 games where they can do that and win. The others, if they can't find a way to pierce past Anthony Davis, if they can't find a way to win that rebounding total, if they can't find a way to keep us from scoring in their paint, it's going to be a hard series for them to overcome. Steph Curry can only hit so many threes. A man's legs are going to go eventually. He's not bionic. He's 35 years old. So it's like, even though the shots are real crisp and pretty and will remain that way, at some point in time, he's going to get gassed if they have him shooting like this all series long without any rest at that clip. 56 threes is a lot of threes to shoot. And while that's a nice percentage, I'm not certain it was anything less than good percentage. Like they hit like 25 of them. But nevertheless, it becomes a situation where you just don't want to shoot that many threes if you're the Golden State Warriors against a team that plays defense this well. Now, if we didn't play no defense, then it would be cool because they would be able to get scoring in other areas to which this wouldn't be a problem. But if that's the only scoring they can get, if they got their best three shooters attempting over 10 threes each, man, we out of here, bro. We're out of here because we're not going to even attempt shots that are that low percentage enough of the time for them to make a game out of something like that. At best, they're going to have the lead for the majority of the game. But like I said, legs, man. Legs. You've been shooting all and running all game long and defending players and little guys like Schroeder and obviously the rest of our guards, D'Lo, all game long. And now down the stretch of the game, after shooting and defending and running, you're supposed to be crisp enough to play another overtime possibly? No, it's probably not going to happen because we've been killing you in the paint and likely getting you in foul trouble. So even if those guys are fresh enough to shoot like that, it ain't going to be all of the ones on the floor to make it make sense. I'm telling you, the brand of basketball the Lakers are playing right now should be able to get the Warriors up out of here. Up out of here, man. It's just a bad matchup for the Warriors. It has been on the regular season, and it is in this postseason. They need to make some trades to put themselves in the position to be taller, and they need defensive answers for guys like Rui Hachimura and LeBron James. Simply put, that is the problem that they've run into. Because if they don't have that, then they're not relying upon the super shooting ability of three players. And that's too many people shooting the ball like that. So in a playoff series, you can do that in a one-game situation. Like let's say this is football and the Super Bowl. Oh yeah, the Golden State Warriors are gonna shoot you out of here. That's just a one-game situation. You gotta do this every night for 7 potential games. You got to win 4 of those. And I'm telling you, the odds are bad. The odds are bad even when you're shooting well. You got to look at it like this. When a three-point shooting team is shooting well, you generally see them shooting around 43%, 45%. If they're going crazy, it's 100%. But like, generally when you say, okay, they didn't attempted 33s and they hit 17 of them, they went crazy. But, like, that's not a crazy percentage when you consider anything in the grand scheme of things. So, like, 65% or something like that's not a lot. But that's, like, incredible when you're shooting the three. So, if your team is shooting the three over and over again, if they're at best shooting 65%, and I'm driving in the paint every time, 80, 90%, made rate, guys getting in the paint, guys laying the ball. And then the fouls, like I said, that's another dynamic. It messes up your pace. You're trying to run plays and run threes, and you're stopping every couple seconds because you're fouling the guys. Send them to the line. Coach call a timeout, messing your whole flow up. A team like Golden State needs the game and go like this. That's why they like playing against the Sacramento teams because it pace like this. But Sacramento didn't defend like that. You get past those guys, and you get past the Davion Mitchell if possible because it ain't easy to do. You're at the rim. Sabonis may get to you, but nah, you're at the rim. Alex Len may get you, but you're at the rim. You know what I'm saying? Bron, he looking for the chase down in this series. AD, come on. Best shot blocker in the league. I'm trying to think of somebody else. Who else? Who's a better shot blocker? Maybe somebody want to say Mitchell Robinson, maybe? I think it's AD. And then you look over and say, you look obviously at what Rui Hachimura is now doing. He's thinking shot blocking every time he look up, he's blocking a shot. Vanderbilt, he blocks shots for a living. It's like it's too much defense. We're doing too much disruption at the rim for them to even be able to get to the rim and do all the stuff that opens up the game so that those 3-point shots can be open for them. Now we're crowding out the paint. We chasing them around. We playing off of them and being able to have LeBron dart out to Steph Curry and LeBron James from in the paint as soon as he touches the ball. Like, I love how we defended those shooters last night. And it's because we don't have to respect their driving. They can't get past nobody. And if they do get past them, swat. And so that's why I was saying to you guys in the pregame video and in some of the videos leading up that is what the recipe is. Because at the end of the day, they don't want to shoot too many threes. Those guys are smart. They're just not constructed to not do that unless they start putting some of their best players on the bench and playing some guys that are not developed yet. That's how they can get their brand of basketball they need. If I'm them, and it's going to sound kind of crazy, but you're going to see Wiggins, GP2, Moses Moody, because I like his two-way ability. That dude can play some defense. And Wiggins, GP2, Moody, Kuminga, and like Draymond or something like that, or of course Looney. It's gonna be that's gonna be the five I use a lot of the time, because those are the guys that can actually defend, get into the paint, draw fouls, get some, like, you can't win the way they want to play because they're gonna be shooting threes all night and it's not gonna translate. If the Lakers doing what they're supposed to do, they ain't never gonna foul them 3-point shooters. You see what I'm saying? They're never gonna foul them if we know what we're doing. So yeah, go ahead and shoot your little 38% shot, your 40% shot. Go ahead and shoot that. You're gonna make it look nice. You're gonna make it a lot of times, but not enough times. You know what I'm saying? Not enough times. So that's how that goes. It's so long as we're staying efficient in the paint and not running bullcrap, leaving ourselves holes in the paint and all that. As long as we don't do those things, the brand of basketball the Golden State Warriors are forced to play, it should not, in theory, translate enough times to win if the Lakers are locked in. So that's just what I have to say, man. Time to eat some wings. I got them out of there in time for them not to burn or get too crispy. But, truth be told, when the Lakers play this well, you just really appreciate everything that they got going on, even the journey that got you here, the progress and everything, because you just know that if they understand that this is who they are when they're healthy, then they can just win the games necessary to get themselves as far as they can get. With respect to everybody who's doing the same thing, I really think we have the best roster. I think we got the best roster, man. We got the best roster. The problem we thought we had was Darvin not doing things correctly, and it seems like to start the series, he's open-minded to making some changes that really will cater to some of the stuff that we think works on this channel, at the very least. Going size route, prioritizing rebounding. I think it's proving to be a good thing so far. You know what I mean? I know it's hard getting away from what you want to do or what you believe in. You know, that's another thing. I feel like he's having to do that. But I think if you see it work, you'll be proud of the sacrifice. That's really what it comes down to. I feel the same way if we had to get away from rebounding and go to small ball and it started working. It's like, I would hate it, but the sacrifice to make the switch, if it's going to help us win, then I'm going to get the credit for that too. So it's like, I'm cool with that. And so that's what I think size does for this roster. I think size does that for us, and I think it does it for most teams that I've seen, man. I don't really know a basketball where you can't have an advantage by having taller players rebound the ball a lot. I think ball handling and things like that is absolutely necessary. You need players who can pass the rock around, so certain things must be, and hopefully those same players can do those things. But at the same time, it's like, I see the balance. You need shooting. You could have a fun time destroying people if all of your shooters are spread, and you can just, if you can manage to keep from fouling the other team, which is probably going to make you a bad defensive team because you're going to need to be physical with them since they're bigger than you to keep them out the paint and keep them from getting their shots. So it's just like certain things fundamentally, unless those shooters can do those things as well, then it becomes a situation where you're leaning on the shooters and it looks pretty, but it doesn't actually translate to really anything good. That's what it really comes down to. That's why a team like the Golden State Warriors have always had Draymond Green, because he really does do those things. Otherwise, they'd just be out there trying to shoot, and then those shooters would be getting pressed. And so it's like, I just kind of understand the game a little better than to think that really works. It does when you have those real elements, which they always do. That's the secret about the Golden State Warriors. So we got to just neutralize those things and turn those shooters into shooters all game long. And if they can hit 80%, we have to tip our hat. But I guarantee you, come back the next game, it ain't going to work the same way. And they're going to try it again. And you're going to win. And you're going to win more than not. BDL 44. I thank you all for watching.